CineCut CineCut CineCut
สวัสดีค่ะคุณผู้ชมขอต้อนรับเข้าสู่รายการ CineCut นะคะพบกับเนมเป็นประจำทุกวันจันทร์และวันพฤหัสบดีเวลาดีๆแบบนี้เลยค่ะทางช่อง M Channel ที่เนมจะพาคุณผู้ชมไปเจาะเบื้องหลังหนังที่น่าสนใจกันค่ะสิ้นสุดการรอคอยของหนังสยองขวัญภาคต่อที่ทุกคนพูดถึงทั่วโลกกับ The Conjuring 2 จากความสำเร็จในภาคแรกก็กลับมาอีกครั้งหนึ่งของผู้กำกับเจมส์วานที่มากำกับในภาคนี้ค่ะเมื่อเอ็ดและลอเรนวอร์เรนต้องกลับมาสืบคดีเหนือธรรมชาติอีกครั้งโดยเดินทางไปที่ตอนเหนือของลอนดอนเพื่อช่วยคุณแม่ลูกสี่จากวิญญาณชั่วร้ายเรื่องราวเบื้องหลังจะเป็นอย่างไรนั้นเราไปติดตามได้ใน The Conjuring 2 TV Special กันค่ะ
With the Conjuring films, one of the biggest things I really wanted to do is bring respect back to studio horror films. All the great movies like The Exorcist, you name it, there's craftsmanship and an art form in it. We all want to make a horror movie that people can take seriously.
Hey, Mark. When you're doing the second film in a series, it was both a challenge but also fun to figure out where can we find ways to turn scenes that might seem familiar on their heads and do something different.
We've done the small, creepy house in a rural setting, and so now, we put it into a big city setting. London just gives it a slightly different flavor.
They're calling it England's Amityville. There is a family that desperately needs our help.
The Enfield case was a very natural successor to the original Conjuring. It's certainly one of the most documented examples of supernatural possession. And the fact that it's true.
Lorraine has cited this particular case as being one of the most terrifying of her career.
I've done research all over the world. What happened in Enfield wasn't good. I needed to help them.
It's a darker world than the first one. I think because it's the child that becomes possessed in it. Janet Hodgson was at the epicenter of one of the longest case of poltergeist activity.
I mean, I often think, why me? It became to use me. It was drawn off of my energy.
Janet, are you all right?
Stop calling me Janet.
I told James, I said, 4 movies with you. With this one, this is a much different feel. It's just really, really, really freaky.
Very good, cut it!
James's imagination, it becomes this adult version of a kid's fairy tale nightmare. And that's that eloquence and the poetry that I see.
It's rare to see, directors like James, whether it's Hitchcock or Spielberg. I think he really understands genres. And he really understands what to do with the camera. Literally every shot is framed in a certain way that is going to be used in a very clever way.
I really try and push my filmmaking in this one. It's very important in horror movies that you care about the characters. If you care about the characters, then the scares will play so much stronger.
You see how much care we've taken.
No, Ed, don't!
And the attention to the character and the relationship.
You can't fight this alone!
That's gonna pull people in.
CineCut CineCut
How does it feel living in a haunted house?
You don't get used to it. See, we was just a normal family before this.
It's been getting worse since Mr. Gross started talking to it.
I wonder what would happen if we tried talking to it now. Is anybody there? Is anybody there who wishes to communicate?
Janet's asleep. And I'm talking.
What is your name?
This is my home. Get out now.
CineCut. CineCut.
This is Peggy Hodgson.
Nice to meet you.
How do you
Warren.
do?
It's my wife Lorraine.
How do you do?
Hello.
Hello.
Well, I'll be off then, Peg.
Will you tell the kids I said hello?
Yeah, of course I will. Nice to meet you.
You too, Han.
So, here we are, Peggy.
All right, do come in. It's just me and Janet here now. My other kids are staying with them. This is where the girls used to sleep, but we don't use it anymore.
Why not?
Well, most of the activity's centred in this room. We were quite afraid that someone might get hurt, which is why we keep it locked.
I understand that Janet is levitated. Did that happen in here as well?
Yeah, more than once. And we've got photographs of that as well.
I'd like to hear Mrs. Hodgson's story from her, if you don't mind.
The neighbours donated them and I hung them up, hoping they'd keep things from moving around.
Has it worked?
No, we can hear it all night.
Do you know when the voice is going to speak?
Sometimes.
And when it does it feel like it's coming from inside you?
No. More like it's coming from behind me. Like I'm being used.
Does it ever say things just to you that only you can hear? What does it say?
It said it wants to hurt you.
When did it say that?
Right now.
Have you two been playing with this? Taking turns scaring the wits out of each other? No wonder I can't get a good night's sleep. No, I don't want to hear another word. Now get back to bed, the lot of you!
เป็นยังไงกันบ้างคะกับเบื้องหลังหนังสนุกๆที่เนมเอามาฝากกันค่ะและอย่าลืมเข้ามาติดตามพูดคุยได้ใน Facebook CineCut TV Show และติดตามรายการย้อนหลังได้ที่เว็บไซต์ AmazingGroupTVThailand.com ค่ะแล้วกลับมาพบกับเนมได้ใหม่ในรายการ CineCut วันพฤหัสบดีนี้ 17:10 น.ทางช่อง M Channel นะคะวันนี้ขออนุญาตลาไปก่อนค่ะสวัสดีค่ะ